Why hello there, it's me, Jacko Troll, and this is your Wrestlemania 31 review! And man, this has to be the best Wrestlemania ever, so let's get started. In the first match, it is Randy Orton versus John Laurinaitis in a record-wiping match. Basically, the stipulation is, if Randy Orton wins, he gets all his wellness policy violations wiped off his record. If he loses, he is gone from WWE for good. And I know John Laurinaitis isn't, a good wrestler at his age, and since he hasn't really been training, but this is rated G. This isn't even wrestling. It's entertainment. And, it was funny all the stuff Randy Orton was doing, giving him noogies and stuff, and, doing the eye gouge, but John Laurinaitis blocked it and shit, And then the ending was freaking awesome, I really thought Randy Orton was going to lose, but Hornswoggle comes out of the corner, throws a banana peel in the ring, and John Laurinaitis slips on it, and Randy Orton gets a pin, and now his wellness policy violation is off his record. Except for his recent one, which he just, right after WrestleMania tested positive for steroids, so now he has a strike on his record. What a fucking idiot. The next match is probably one of the most funniest matches I've seen in a long time. It's Santino Marella versus the Cobra. And, it's funny because the Cobra is attached to Santino Marella, Cobra! But he's trying to dodge it and stuff. He's hissing at him and stuff, and and he put a blindfold on the Cobra at one point. The Cobra's all hit the referee and knocked him out, and the old referee get knocked out scenario. But eventually the Cobra struck Santino Marella, and then his arm kind of laid on him, and the Cobra got the win, and now the Cobra is the new Intercontinental Champion. That's freaking awesome. And then the next match is Dance versus Dance. It's Brodus Clay versus Kenny King. Kenny King, the guy from Ring of Honor that went to TNA, and then TNA was, struggling, so Kenny King went to WWE. And he started to suck at first because he was actually wrestling, but then he discovered a crump and tap dancing gimmick where he just kind of tap dances, and, he freaking made it big with that. But Brodus Clay had a problem because, he was stealing Brodus Clay's dancing spotlight, so that kind of started the feud, Really good storyline, And it wasn't really a wrestling match, it was actually a dance-off, You see Kenny King doing the tap dance and stuff, doing the Urkel shuffle, and dude, I thought he was going to win, but then Brodus Clay just did his, two-step move, and he won, All the kids are chanting, and everyone was chanting for Brodus, and, Kenny King was so, frustrated that he just kind of fainted, oh. And then Brodus Clay went for the pin, and Brodus Clay wins, Funk is on a roll. And then the match of the year. This has to be match of the year candidate. AJ Lee versus Daniel Bryan. The match was pretty quick, just, AJ started giving him all these weird looks, and, Daniel's all looking at her, and AJ gets a psychotic look, and then Daniel just, gets hypnotized and stuff, and then, AJ has mind control, and then he makes Daniel, run into the turnbuckle, and, do a few flips on his own, and it's really comedic and stupid, but I think it worked for the match, the booking was really good for that, I'm a WWE supporter, so I'm going to support this match, and AJ Lee goes for the pin, and she wins. The next match is R-Truth and Smark Riley. Yeah, Smark, internet smart. Do you remember Alex Riley? They needed a gimmick for him, so I decided to turn him into an internet Smark, and it's basically to make fun of the wrestling fans on the internet. And one thing WWE has been trying to do is they've been trying to get back the Attitude Era fans. And they wanted to, do some kind of hardcore match. But it's rated G now, so they came up with a softcore match. So it's R-Truth versus Smark Riley in a softcore match. This match is pretty brutal for a softcore match. You see him do an arm drag, then an arm drag, and like a little body splash, and R-Truth kind of sneaks under the ring and gets this big old like trash can full of weapons, and he pulls out a Nerf bat. Then he just starts beating the crap out of Smart Riley with a Nerf bat. And oh man, dude. And then, like, you know, Smart Riley comes back and clotheslines R-Truth, and he goes in that trash bag again, and it looks like he pulls out a staple gun. He goes like R-Truth and like stapling him, but it was actually a price label gun that he was like putting a bunch of labels on R-Truth and stuff. And R-Truth is all freaking out, calling for little Jimmy to get the price tags off him and stuff. And you know, R-Truth gets mad, you know, and he gets his bag out of his pocket, you know, it's like, ooh, thumbtacks, puts them all over the ring. And of course, since it's softcore, they were paper clips. And you should have seen R-Truth, you know, basically, you know, push Alex Smart Riley on the paper clips. He's all freaking out, you know, R-Truth gets the pin, you know. Then out of nowhere, Brodus Clay comes in, brings the Funkadactyls, and, you know, little Jimmy, you know, starts dancing in the ring and stuff, which is, you know, little Jimmy's invisible. But then they get a bunch of kids, and, you know, it's a big old celebration, you know, fireworks and everything, you know, pyros start going off, and it was an amazing spectacle to watch. And the main event, John Cena versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Man, this was like, you know, Attitude Era versus G Era, and I couldn't really see what was going on, because every so often they just blur the whole screen. I think Steve Austin gave the middle finger or something. You know, you saw a lot of people chanting for Steve Austin, but their shirts were blurred, but you know, Cena eventually did his 5 moves of death and got the win, and put an end to the Attitude Era with, you know, John Cena and the Rated G Era. So I give WrestleMania 31 2 thumbs up. It was the best pay-per-view so far, and I'm really liking this Rated G Era. You know, the PG era was too violent for me, so it's something I can watch to my kids and everything. And if you made it this far and you've actually wondered, WrestleMania 31? That's not even out yet. How can you make a video review about a pay-per-view that hasn't even happened? Welcome to planet Earth, retard. That's all I'm gonna say, and Jekyll Troll, I'm out of here.